Okay, hello, welcome to Andertons TV. My name is Jack Duxbury. The guy you're looking at is...
Luke from Korg.
I'm outside the room right now and I'm about to walk in because I'm so excited today. Luke, this is the first video we're going to do. You excited, Luke?
I'm mega excited.
I'm coming in!
Yes!
Oh, shit. Oh, Andy's in it too! Come on! Come on!
Yes.
It's Christmas in Korg. What is it?
It's a Wavestate.
I'm so excited about today. You look very well, sir.
Yeah, so you.
I haven't seen him.
For months.
Let's just get into it.
Let's get into it. Yeah, so this is the Wavestate. Very, very different from some of our recent releases, as you can see. It's based around the Wavestation technology from 1990. So that was a classic synth for us. And that had synthesis in there called wave sequencing. Mm-hmm. So basically piecing together tiny little samples and playing them in a sequence, and that sequence could be quite long, but it could then loop back on itself, or it could play backwards, or it could play at different subdivisions of timings. So we've taken that kind of concept and brought out loads of real-time control into that as well, and separated all the different lanes. So before you had one lane of samples, and you could basically, change the pitch or the timing of each step. Whereas now you can have lots of different lanes, all going at different speeds, doing different things, and we've got real-time control over that pattern as well. Killer. Which we never really had on the original Wavestation, because it was that kind of era of digital synths where everything was super stripped back, like the M1, the DX7, Wavestation. It was all about just having an LCD screen, a few controls. But what we have brought from the Wavestation, he likes that.
Oh, I do like it. It looks really cool, man. I like how square it is. It kind of invokes that era.
Anyway. It does. It definitely does. And so does that. That's the Vector Joystick.
Come on.
So that was on the original Wavestation. That was a way to manipulate the sound and could you kind of mix in between the four layers, because you've got four layers. What also is different about the Wavestate is the fact it's mixing kind of those wave sequencing sounds and regular multi-samples as well. So you can merge the two types of different things. You could do that on the Wavestation, but here we've got, because of more modern technology, more memory and so on, we've got higher calibre of sounds. So
just like dilly-dally, can't we?
We need to hear it, don't we?
So excited when Luke's at it. What have you got packing for me, mate?
Let's just listen to a typical Wavestate patch, and then I'll explain some of the technology for you. So you can hear a hell of a lot going on there.
But I love how it was represented on the screen.
Absolutely, yeah. So it can be incredibly complex, but let me just break down a different sound now for you, so you can kind of watch what's going on the screen.
Impactful.
Yeah, definitely. So let's go for this one. So this is basically a more simple sound. So one of the layers, layer D here, is this kind of slowly moving sequence. You'll hear it. But what you can do on these buttons then is you can press wave sequence steps, and you can choose to isolate any of these lanes. So in this case, you want to look at pitch. So you just press that. Now if you watch here, you can see that melodic sequence going up and down. And then if you want to, you can go in there and retune it, because we're on the pitch lane. So we could say, okay, let's put that step up a semitone. So now it's come to a kind of minor feel.
Yeah.
You could also change the sample. So at the moment that's playing the same sample on every step, but it could be playing a different sample on every step. But in this case, let's just hear that. So it's actually playing a synth bass sound. We can change that. So it's all about creating motion in the sound. And
sounds so posh.
yeah, it is very nice.
Sounds really Korgy.
Yeah, it does. It does. It's very kind of late 80s, early 90s synth.
Yeah.
Definitely a lot of sort of influences from that era.
I had an X3
Yes.
that had all these evolving sounds in
Yeah.
it. But then, again, the thought that to put this all on the surface, and I've never seen this, I don't even know what it is, but I can see what's happening. It gives me hope that I can learn it.
One day you'll understand.
Yeah,
it.
exactly.
Yeah, exactly. But
that's what I want from a new product.
Yeah, it's exciting because it is something different. We've taken a bit of a right turn from the whole analog thing we've been doing, and
But sometimes that's been hit. I've seen some other digital wavetable stuff, and it's hidden away in an app.
Yeah, yeah.
Or they've made it all in one knob, but you don't really know what's happening.
Yeah.
This is the lane seems a good idea.
It
Like
is.
automation lanes, that makes sense to me.
Yeah, that's basically what it kind of is if you apply it to kind of DAW terminology.
Yeah.
But with this sound, for example, I can start manipulating those lanes in real time, and that's where it gets really interesting. So if I trigger this sound here, I can change things like the timing. Gate. Shape. So it kind of brings that performance aspect into it more.
Yeah.
That was never really there so much on the original because you had these amazing evolving patterns, but you couldn't really get in and then tweak them.
It evokes those feelings of the films of the day. Was the Wavestation used on a lot of
It was
films?
used on a lot of music. In fact, the original Wavestation was used for the startup sound on the Mac. That is what created that original sound, which is very cool.
Because I've been trying to get into a bit. I've been watching all that Christian Henson's videos on film music, and this seems so cinematic.
It's very cinematic, soundscapey, and you'll see as I go through.
I am judging it on the first thing I've heard.
Yeah, but as we go through, you'll see it definitely broadens out into
with the multi-sound stuff.
Yeah, exactly. So let's go into like this one. So this is something the Wavestation did really well. Just really slow evolving pads, because it doesn't have to be that steppy, glitchy wave sequencing. It can be something really quite smooth like this. Cyclically evolving. It's almost like you don't want to let go of the chord because you don't know how it's going to change next. It's
a bit like the stray light that I've been playing with on, but I haven't seen that in a hardware keyboard.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So you've got lots of ways to manipulate your sounds, like I said, with the knobs. But also, if you take a patch like this, you've got your mod wheel, which can be assignable, and also, of course, the vector joystick.
Come on, posh afters.
So what's really nice as well is you can combine the kind of regular synth sounds with this wave sequencer as well. So you've got sound like this kind of synth sync sound. So layer D there is the wave sequence. You've also got smooth sound transition, which means you can change sounds. And of course, you've got your vector joystick. thing I love about it most is just it's so inspiring and musical. Just coming to it, something fresh.
Yeah, it's not too big.
No,
either.
it's a great
but these
size.
are full-size keys.
Full-size keys as well, which I love.
Come
as well.
on.
Yeah, so proper players.
Come on, the internet. Yeah, mini keys, full-size keys. Come on. But I can imagine. I see a lot of people, the doorless jamming scene, and they're looking for sequences, and they're trying to make this, but with loads of bits of gear.
Yeah.
Or it sounds to me like a completely different flavour sonically.
Yeah, it is.
It's that
it's
epic
definitely fresh.
90s.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Killer.
So the Vector joystick is cool because you can use it as an easy way if you've got it in volume mode, because if you press Vector there, you can see what you're actually doing. You're actually basically honing in on these layers.
Very visible as well, that screen. I can see all of it. I mean, it looks old school at first, but then
but the resolution's
clear.
good. Yeah, exactly. So and it's a great interface because you can kind of feel your way through the sound and then leave it where you want, where you found that sweet spot. So if you take a sound like this, you can then go in and say, let's just listen to this bit. So I'm just honing into the different layers there.
The Traveller. They'll be at Subway later. If you live in Guildford, you know the problems.
So yeah, every single kind of layer you can go into, well then of course as you bring it to the middle, you imagine all.
I'm going to feel it. Oh, it feels so posh.
It does, yeah.
It just stays there.
It's kind of nice and pliable, but it still stays in the position. So it's,
oh crikey!
Yeah,
you get into that.
What I love about the Wavestate as well is that you can take a regular kind of sound, something like this. This is a Celeste sound, actually.
I think it might reinvent trap for this keyboard as well.
Go somewhere completely different. It's absolutely amazing for like soundscapes, movies, soundtracks, all that kind of thing. And you can also zone these layers as well, so they don't have to be all stacked on top of each other. They can be in different areas of the keyboard. Yeah. So for instance, here we've got a split where we've got just a wave sequence down the bottom, and that pad. Yeah. And then at the top, you've got a pad. Shows you what's going on in each line. If you double tap it, it turns them off.
Killer.
So for something so complex, I think the interface is actually fairly logical, isn't it? Because you just
so it's 4-part multi-timbral.
Yes, exactly.
And then, but what I like, that's what I wanted to see.
Yeah.
I'm getting a lot of information there. I can see the length of the sequences in the lanes. Yeah. I'm getting it.
Yeah. And then
well done, Korg.
And if you want to hone in even more on that lane, you can use these buttons, like I showed you earlier, to show you all the individual steps and program them. So, there's so many great.
There's loads of exciting things on there.
This sound is really nice. So this is more of just a regular sound, to be honest, just like a big brass section, but it's got some interesting layers underneath as well.
Come on.
It's epic, isn't it? Yeah.
It's like a new sound.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is.
Especially from a little, quite small, square box, really.
You're not expecting that sort of thing to come out of here, sorry. Yeah, it's very light as well.
Unreal. I could just see this, especially with the full-size keys.
Yeah.
Going in with, if people have like a bunch of other stuff, this is bringing a whole new flavour.
Yeah, because imagine if you just mid it up like an 88-note controller.
So
amazing.
we've got all those, and it's got traditional sounds in it as well.
Yeah, it has. It's got all sorts of traditional sounds.
I mean.
Yeah, and you can make your own. There's tons of samples.
I got to ask. Can I ask, like a layman, because I haven't seen this before, and it's just I'm the luckiest guy ever having you here to explain it.
That's right.
Things that I've looked at and seen that excite me.
Yeah.
And I might throw us off piste.
It's fine.
But screw it.
Yeah, go for it.
I'm going to just list them off. There's a dice.
Yes.
One.
Yeah.
Two. The loop start, loop end.
Yeah.
And then Poly 6 MS20 HPF.
Yeah.
Can we start? Well, you've got three to.
Okay, start off with the filter then.
Yeah.
So every layer has its own complete signal path as far as synthesis. So it has a filter, envelope, its own effects.
Killer.
And you have a global reverb as well.
What's the polyphony?
Polyphony, it's not certain at the moment because we haven't been given that information, unfortunately. So
that's all right.
But it's quite big because I've been playing some big layers with lots of notes.
Yeah, there's loads of stuff going on.
And I've not heard anything drop out.
No, killer. And you got that patch remain thing as well.
Yeah,
so
exactly. So there's a lot of processing power in there, definitely. And again, with the number of programs, they're not numbered. So they're just given names, so it just goes on and on, and you can make your own. So
That's nice.
The memory seems quite large as far as.
So each layer has its own discrete path, envelope,
exactly.
and filter.
So if I let's bring up. I was going to show you this.
And
anyway.
are these?
So
what type of filters are they?
they're all digital, and some of them are modelling our classic synths, as you can see, Poly 6, MS20, and then as you go through. So let's do. This is quite an interesting sound actually, because you can use this sample knob here. Instead of it cycling through, you can actually just manually choose different samples, which is quite cool. So you've got your filter there, and then you can choose your different ones. And it also has then, if I bring up a list, lots of types. So
sound designer's dream.
Yeah, absolutely. So you've got so many in there. But it's nice that they've given a nod to the classic synths as well.
And just underneath these sequencer lanes, you've got loop start. Is that just what we're seeing there?
Literally that, yeah. So depending on what you're on, and may not.
Because that's what I like visually. I can get an idea. Oh, these are all different length loops right, in the lanes.
Exactly what it is. So
down in Brighton, like different height hipsters in Brighton. Okay,
so depending on what your lane you're on, you'll be able to change. And then, see, that's changing now, the pitch length.
Wicked. And you've got a dice button. The
dice button is the best thing. So it's basically a randomise. So, so at any time, it doesn't really matter what sound I'm on here, but...
just having the balls at a gig to go...
Yeah, let's try this. Sometimes it can be disastrous. But sometimes we get those really nice happy accents.
I want to see that gig.
Yeah. So you just press it. Shall we have a go?
Yeah, go on.
So you press it.
Yeah.
And then it says randomise, and then you can actually
choose how
mental it is.
Yeah.
Exactly. Whether it's 25% mental or 50% mental or 100% mental. Yeah. So then you just press it again to execute.
100% mental.
Enter. Randomising. Do me the honour.
Oh man.
That's only 25% mental
but
as well.
I can see lads going through and just creating patch libraries, selling them online.
Yeah, I've done it myself. Just keep going. Okay, that's not a winner, but you keep you keep going, and then you eventually find something that's actually really good. And depending on how many layers, because imagine four layers of like.
I loved it. I love it on the Electron devices I've been encountering. Their idea of chants in there, and it just seems a really musical thing.
It is, and also talking about that as well. These lanes you can set up the amount of probability that it will land on those particular pitches or timings. Like
generative.
Yeah, so it can be quite random. And look, it's given us a name as well. Random Gzab you've created there.
Did it give you a random name? Come on. I love the Korg guys. Okay.
Can I just play this sound because I really like this sound?
Of course.
This is a choir sound, and again, it's layered with some wave sequencing to give it that kind of little bit of motion.
There's a lot going on all the time, isn't there?
There is.
Effects-wise, that was the first thing I heard as well, the lusciousness. Does
The
it share
reverb's
any...
incredible. Yeah, it's got the overb from the Kronos, so and similar kind of quality of reverbs we found in like our Prologue and our flagship stuff. So yeah, it's just got that polished, finished sound.
And how many did we know?
So we've got 3 effects blocks per layer. So you've got a pre-effects. So we'll just go through what they are. So the pre-effects are things like compressors, EQs, stuff like that. Then you've got mod effects, which are things like chorus, ensemble, phaser, flanger, all that kind of thing. And then you've got a delay as well. And then the reverb is a master reverb, which is over the whole mix, if you like, over the whole.
That makes sense.
Whichever layers. So yeah, it's very well spec'd as far as effects. That's partly why it sounds so awesome.
When are we going to see it?
We're going to see it early next year. I think we're looking at sort of February time. It's going to land.
This is so exciting that no one knows about this, right?
No, it's right. Well, actually, when you watch this, will be early January, so you'll only have to wait about a month, hopefully. So, yeah.
I'll keep quiet about it.
Yeah.
Are you going to have it out at NAMM?
NAMM, yes. We'll be there, yes.
Poshest stand in the whole of NAMM. So you can tell Korg are doing well when you go out of there.
Yeah.
I love it, man.
It's good.
That's great. And any idea where it will sit?
Price-wise?
Yeah, look on the website.
Look on the website, yeah.
We don't know.
We don't know yet.
Brexit
is the honest answer. Yeah, who knows what's going to happen.
Exactly. Would you do us the honour of just giving us a few patches and playing us out?
Yes, of course.
And then check out our other videos, because there's 2 other products and I don't know what they are. I'm so excited, so go check those. And if you like what we're doing, consider subscribing. If you don't, let us know. We're trying to learn from it. But I always learn when you come in, brother. Thank you, mate. Play us out, my man.
Here we go.